Hey, my friends, I see this time to start a conversation over here. It's like a perfect moment in time in history to come here and have like a channel, for example. I see that I've been wasting a long time not doing it, and it's crucially important that I just come here, um, dive right into it, be sincere about the whole adventure of coming here and creating a channel called Zero Draft or Draft Zero, as purposed on not having to edit it afterwards, nor having to script anything, before just joining here. I believe this gives me sort of freedom I'm looking for. Just start a conversation and really take it as a conversation, not as something that I want to manipulate at a certain level. It is so incredible, our capacities of generating ideas. I wake up in the morning, with a mind full of ideas. Earlier today, I was thinking about where does ideas actually come from? How we're capable of generating ideas if we're empty-headed in this case. There's nothing really that if we're not really motivated to talk about anything in the first place. I see that while following some patterns, just like when you're writing music, for example, you know that you have a very specific structure you can follow, and that alone kind of gives you, something to work with. So you're not literally coming from zero ground. So you already know that you have a basic structure that goes by, verses and choruses and bridges, and therefore you're capable of, joining pieces together and ending up with something creative. That's exactly what I wanted to translate to this whole process by not having to, to write the lyrics beforehand. So it's kind of an impromptu sort of, you know, kind of an impromptu trial that I'm doing here. And I can tell you that it's going to stay that way. I see that one of the most important part of writing music, for example, apart from the lyrics and the melody, is actually the expression. And I see that what keeps people looking into something is usually the expression that you use. There's such a wide range of possibilities. Why are we so tied to, a small portion thereof? And I've been thinking a lot about it. I've been thinking about a lot about how my creative processes have been, especially for the business operations that I do on a daily basis. That nowadays it does require a lot of creative stuff. It's impossible to deny. It's just like every day you have to, to be posting stuff out there, and depending on who you are and what you're doing, if you're like a business owner, or if you work for somebody else, or if you have your own stuff that you do, serving all the people, whatever. It's a must nowadays to be out there somehow. And then I get to ponder very often about it, just like what can I actually do to improve my abilities to be here, to be part of such a huge community. And I see that there are certain patterns there as well. So you see that successful people in this specific field, and putting stuff out there in the social media, they do it in a very specific manner. And you see the patterns repeating. Of course, there's a wide variation of possibilities there as well. So you have various different industries, they speak in a different tonality, they speak in a different pace, different rhythms, different colors, different tastes. It's natural, it's the world. But there are certain global things that you see across all of these patterns. So being enthusiastic is one of the things. And not having your audience hanging out there for a long time is one of the things that creates such a dynamic pace to it. And having that dynamic, the creativity to work with dynamics is one of the things that makes a lot of difference. Recently, I've been pondering about my, how shy of a boy I've been throughout my life. And recently, I met this girl that she dances. She likes this wild country dancing. It's crazy because I'm not the kind of guy, who goes out for dancing or doing stuff. I was always the shy boy, who was more driven by technology and geek stuff. But it's so different for me, and it forces me to think differently. Forces me to, to just do stuff differently because it's a completely different rationale. I would even dance here just to show you that it's possible. Just like it's possible to do it. It's actually possible to do it. For me, a couple of weeks ago, I wouldn't be able to do it at all. I wouldn't even think about it. I would, up to this point, sometimes I'm still intrigued about the fact that I come here. This room it makes things kind of loud because I don't have like much furniture here. I only have this whiteboard. I have like other stuff here, but nothing much. So you can feel the echo. I can hear my voice going back and forth. I imagine, people looking on from the outside, listening to it from the outside and saying, "Oh, crazy boy, what is it? What is it doing?" And then I get to ponder about it very often. But, recently I've just said to myself, well, if I don't do it, they're not going to do it. If they do it, they're going to do it for themselves, not for myself. So I have to decide to act every day, be proactive about it on a daily basis. Just like sitting here, having a conversation I have to have. Being as expressive as possible. Not assuming the shy boy, and just letting go of all these concepts because, I've been deciding not to live half of a life by not dancing, for example. Just by acknowledging a couple of weeks ago that I was capable of doing so, stuff that I never thought I really would. I think about a lot of the social interaction I haven't had throughout an entire life. 27 years of life in this planet. I haven't taken as much advantage of the stuff you have, like the charge you have, that gets you so wow. I say, it's amazing. I can tell that's actually amazing. You can feel it. It's genuine. Something genuine coming from me. I'm super excited about all of it. I'm excited about what can be brought to the table by putting that energy into focus and using that to create stuff. I'm very good at creating music, as I said. I write music. I could eventually just have this green piece of cloth here. I could write music about it in a few seconds. I could write about anything, and I'm very good at it. I'm very good at playing the guitar, playing the piano, playing different instruments. And I was wondering, am I capable of addressing the same mentality of being able to write into other stuff, just like content creation? And that's coming quite handy. I see that I'm actually capable of doing it. I spend a relevant amount of time dialing clinics, because it's basically my job. I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm specialized in implementing technology into clinics in the wellness and healthcare sector. There's a wide range of possibilities when it comes to it. And I'm super excited every day to just cold call people and say, "Hello, I'm David, what's your name?" Or "Who am I speaking with?" And it's great. It's great. Because first, what I think is, what I feel is actually, oh, I'm not going to call because I'm too shy. But then when I call, they actually pick up the phone and say the headline. Things just get to a natural pace because I'm just speaking to another human. And it's natural. It should be natural for us, That's the thing. When I come here, when I click the record button, I'm not speaking to a camera. I'm not speaking to a recorder. I'm not speaking to a device. I'm speaking to someone who's the other side. Just as if I, enter if I join a conference, a video call, or a regular call, if I'm speaking to someone, it's just the same thing. So why would I behave differently? That's the thing. Enjoying both things, being enthusiastic, being capable of, generating good music and good stuff out of literally like a green piece of cloth. I see them capable of doing, heading much beyond what I've been doing regularly up to this point in my life. And this is one of the reasons why I'm here. And, I believe that from, when I'm capable of visualizing it, I'm then responsible for a lot of stuff because I'm here. And if you're there, up to this point, I'm responsible for you as well. I'm responsible for, because you might probably be, if you're sticking here to this point, it's because you have something parallel to what I'm saying here somehow. And then I am responsible for helping you to get out of the bubble as well. It's not so hard. That's what I'm telling you. It's not so hard. I don't know what's going to happen like in the next 360 days or 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. I have no idea. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen in a few hours. Well, I don't actually know what's going to happen when I finish here. But the thing is, I'm here. I'm showing up. I'm showing up. I'm showing up. You can do that too. I know that you've been waiting for this moment. I know that you've been waiting for this moment. And I'm here to invite you, boy, girl, whatever it may take, just do it. Click the record button. Do whatever. Do what you always wanted to do, but you feel yourself restricted by this identity that you've been building throughout an entire life. That's exactly what happened to me. I was following the streak of an identity that I've been building throughout an entire life of, thinking that, okay, I'm a successful person. Oh, come on. I wasn't really capable of, dancing for, up to a couple weeks ago. And when I realized that it was one of the most fantastic things for my physical body to be doing, I feel so amazed. And I think about the whole lot of possibilities out there, stuff that I haven't tackled yet. And it's an invitation for you. Definitely. I'm not going to edit it because I see that it's crucially important and I come here raw. And it's going to benefit both of us. It's a bit intriguing for me. It's still a bit intriguing for me to just hear my voice back in this echoing room, but it's fine. At the end of the day, it's fine. I'm capable of developing on a daily basis, and I'm super delighted by the fact that today I decided to show up. I'm trying to do it, I would be really glad to be doing it every day. Just sitting here, being comfortable with having the conversation. I've done my first video a couple of days ago. Yesterday, I didn't have the time. Too busy. But today, I'm here again. I don't know about tomorrow, if I'm going to be, too much busy. But I'll try. Every day, I'll think about it. If I have the time, I'll sit and I'll have a conversation. That's an invitation for you too.